Hello everyone. So this is my first video on ALM agents. So in this video we will be discussing like very basics. What is LLM, like why we need agents and how it is different from normal like software. So this all will be covered in today's discussion. So, the first thing is what is LLM? So, if we see this example, because it's a summer vacation, I don't go to. So, like the most probable word which comes in this blank is school, right? So, yeah, LLM is also working in the same manner. So after learning and training, so it is now capable to predict the next word. So this is the only thing which an LLM is capable. So so it takes the text so far. So this is our text and understand the pattern from the training data. So whatever training we have done on this LLM, based on this training, it will predict the most likely next word. So suppose it have predicted this school, park, college, bench, home, market with some probabilities, right? But it will pick the most probable word. So school is the most likely next word, so LLM predicts it. So LLM doesn't think like human. They only predict the next word based on the pattern learned from massive amount of text. This is only the LLM. So the question which arises how this LLM is now capable of handling such a huge task like software development, okay, and chatbots and all other thing. How this LLM can be used. So before that, what is an LLM agents, right? So why this is called LLM agent? Because we are using this LLM, which I have mentioned here, as its brain. So in essence, the LLM functions as the agent's brain. Okay. So inside any agent, this is the only LLM which is acting as major decision maker, like major reasoning. So like we can say like an LLM agent is a system that uses LLM. LLM agent uses LLM as its reasoning engine to autonomously make decisions and execute action in order to achieve specified objectives. So yeah, so how it works. An LLM agent is a program that autonomously decide what action to take and when to stop based on its current context and goal. So I will discuss what it mean by context and goal. You can understand it is the prompt, like whatever final result which we want. So this LLM it's autonomously like decides. It only decides like which actions to take and where when to stop and whether it is a time to stop or it should continue. So based on its whatever context it is having and whatever goal the user have asked, right? So how? So like the agent works in loops. So how, what it means, whatever goal we have fed to this LLM, so it will use some tools. Okay, we can say the tools as its hands. um, since as previously I have said that LLM is acting as a brain, so this tool is acting as the hands. I will discuss what is this tool. This tool is for interacting with the world. So what it means. So LLM, I have already said that it 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 only can predict whatever it is trained on. Okay, so if something new is coming, so the context does not have that knowledge. So this tools helps the LLM to get those contexts which are not trained. So you can say we can tune our LLM, but that will take some time. This tool is like very easy process. So it can like tools are the means of interacting with the external world, right? So like external world like web searches. Okay, search the internet for the information or like code execution. So it can open CMD or sandbox type of thing. Uh, yeah, so for like database accesses and APIs and services. So this all thing can be done using tools, and based on this tools output and whatever training context output, it combine this thing, create a new context, and fed back to the LLM. So this is the loop like it works. I will explain in more details in later slide, but this should be pretty much clear and straightforward. Okay, so there are many platforms. Using this, we can create some agents. Okay, so there is LangGraph, QAI, AutoGen, OpenAI agents, Google ADK, so agent development kit. So using this all thing, you can create agents. But like in our this series, we will try to create from scratch so that everyone will be more confident when your agent stops to work or fails to work. This platform will not describe what actually happening inside these agents, right? So we will try to build it from scratch. So ALM agent combine the power of reasoning plus tool plus iterative execution to solve real world problem autonomously. Okay, yeah. So like how this LLMs are different. So LLM agents. So like if it is a pure LLM, then whatever prompt we have given, it just gives the output, right? The answer. So there is no tool calling. But what happens is like in LLM agent. So the same question we have asked, like who won the Nobel Prize in physics in 2023, right? So instead of giving direct text output, okay, so based on its training data, what it will do, it will use some tools like web search tool, okay, or it can read some documents like that is RAG, you can say, or it will execute some code if it is mathematical function. Okay, so it will execute your scripts or any database accesses can do, and based on this all data, okay, so um, it will act like it will give you the answer. So this is not direct one step process, but there are multiple steps. Okay, so tools use extend the agent's capabilities far beyond text generation. So it is not only generating text, but it is able to decide and act, right? So yeah, so this is like how it is different from pure LLM. So LLM agents, because it is using some tools, and it is goal driven, and it can decide and act autonomously. So yeah, like how it is different than from traditional software, like, right? So in traditional software we have some fixed logic, like we only the software developer itself like gives the steps. What will be the input? What will be the in step one, step two, step three, and what will be the output? So it is completely deterministic. So input format is also defined, its steps are also defined, and the output format is also defined. Okay. Uh, yeah, but here in LLM agent, so it is much more on goal driven. So like suppose we have given one prompt, like our goal is to summarize the novel research. So, so this agent will not follow some predefined steps. Yeah, if we want to some workflow to create, if we want to create some workflow, then like steps, some steps we can define with agent. But if we want to make purely agentic, so this steps is not needed. So agent itself will search, will read the source, extract key information. Uh, Suppose this all it have done by itself. We don't have to give the steps. Okay. So this is the capability of LLM agent. So agent makes a dynamic decisions based on the context, not fixed rule. So based on whatever context we have given, the present context, it can create all the steps what need to be done. The agent's core function is like discover how to achieve a goal. So it is much more on goal driven. So like user as a user um, specify what needs to be done and explain why it matters, right? To the LLM agent. Suppose example summarize novel research. This LLM agent now figure out how to accomplish. So it will only create all the steps by itself, and dynamically it will change the context also, and based on that context it will decide whether this goal is achieved or not. So agent decides which sources to search, what information to gather, how to synthesize, when to stop searching, and whether the goal is achieved or not. The agent plan, act, adopt, and iterates autonomously. So, like I said, that it works in a loop, right? So, how these things happens? So, like whenever we are giving any prompt, suppose this all thing is this LLM agent, okay? So, whenever we are giving this prompt, so this is the brain. LLM is the brain. So it decides whether it needs any tool, or it itself, the context here is enough to generate the final report. Once it decide that yeah, it needs some more information, it will select any of the tools available and it will run. So after running, it will uh, it will use this tool output result and feed back to its context. So now the context is more richer, and then again it will check whether this information is enough or not. If it is enough, then it will create the final report, and if it is not enough, then it will create another tool, whatever available tools it has. So this cycle repeats until this final report is generated. So this is how like looping works for LLM agents. The question which arises again, so if LLM is such a powerful thing, so why don't we can use LLM for every task? Okay, so there is some trade-off. It is powerful, but comes with some trade-off. What is that? Like computational cost will increase. You know that based on your tokens, this computation can increase. So if it is using more tokens, so here you can see like if the context is increasing every time, okay, so it will definitely use more tokens, and hence your overall cost will increase. So LLM requires massive compute resource for training and interface, okay, so more tokens means more layers and more cost. So this is the first concern, that it will be using more tokens and your cost may increase. The second most important thing is like it can generate some errors. So LLMs can hallucinate, like uh, even the information which you have not given to this LLM, it can create some information, some wrong information, uh, and use those information for further processing. That is like hallucination. Okay, so it can create and generate factually incorrect or misleading information with high confidence. So yeah, this is possible. Like LLM agent can, based on their training data, it can say something, but that may not be true, right? So there are some possibility that LLM agent can make mistake. So like here you can see one example. The Eiffel Tower is located in Berlin. So that is wrong. What it believes like hallucination or incorrect output. So this is the second concern, and third concern is like not good for simpler task. Okay, why? Like if the task is pretty much straightforward, right? It is very simple. Then you don't need any LLM. Using traditional method will be okay. So like overkill for rule-based or deterministic task, traditional method are faster, cheaper, and more reliable. Okay. So if it is a simple task, don't go for this LLM. So then where it can be helpful. So like if your input is it is unstructured data, it can be text, it can be images, or it can be audio, so the input is not defined. So better then it will be advisable to use any agent. So LLM are designed to handle unstructured data, right? Text, images, audio, where traditional methods struggle, LLM can work. And also if the input is diverse, what it mean, like if the task is unpredictable, so it does not know how much steps it need to be followed. Okay, what will be the input, what will be the output in various steps. So and what other user will give as input, then better if the task is complex, then it is advisable to use an LLM. So LLM are powerful, but they come with high cost, high risk, and are not actually the right tool. So use wisely, choose the right tool for right task. Okay, so I already said that LLM agent uh, normally is good for complex tasks where there is no fixed workflow, and the agent decide what to do next based on the context only, right? For example, research, planning, troubleshooting, So in this task, it is good to use LLM agents. Second, where you should consider LLM will be making more calls. It will be much slower, and latency will also be there, right? More so than normal LLM. So LLM agents can handle more complex tasks, but it come up with more number of calls and it is much slower. So yeah, agent may take time, make more time, and make multiple tool calls. So fourth, it when the outcome is high value or high impact. Example: master market research, context creation, strategic planning. But one thing need to be cared so any specialized work, it is not advisable to use LLM agents, right? So yeah, because it may make some mistakes. Finally, this is our last topic, context engineering. So what is it? Like I in the previous slides mentioned that this LLM works based on the context, right? So what actually is this context? So it can be system prompts. So yeah, system prompts means like roles, like behavior, which we assign to any agent, which we assign to the LLM, right? So we say that act as a software developer, act as a uh, best statistician. So it will start behaving like that role. So this is system prompt, and it is also one type of context. So it defines the behavior, role, and instructions for the LLM. So next is like user prompt. So whatever user is giving the message, okay, the current input or request from the user, it also add in this in the context. So not only system prompt and user prompt, but like all the previous history, whatever you have communicated, it is also getting added in the context. Tool execution result, if it have executed some tools and whatever result it have got, it also get added into the context. And any document external information internet search, if it faced, it get added to the context. So we can see that context is increasing, right? So if suppose agent have used multiple number of tool calling, then the context size will keep on increasing. So how to use this context? Because you know that some of the context windows are very small. Even some of the I saw Cloud Sonnet have 1 million token context window, but still uh, I will discuss even if you are giving too much of context, then also this agent behavior is not acceptable. So it become inefficient. So you have to manage some context. So this is one example, like all the context, whatever it have gathered, it goes to LLM, and based on this context, next token is predicted. Okay, so LLM predicts the next token based solely on information within its context window. But as I have mentioned, that bigger context is not always better. Why? Irrelevant or noisy context can confuse the model and increase the cost and reduce the performance. So you should give the context which is more informative, and which can help this agent to perform the task. Irrelevant and noisy data will be of no use. Maybe it harms the performance also. So there are some strategies, right? to manage this context well. First one is retrieval, like so fetching only necessary information from external sources and adding it to the context. So all the sources is not important, right? Only necessary informations are important, and bring in relevant, up to date, and task specific information. So it reduces hallucinations. For example, RAG, retrieving documents, web search, database, lookup. So only important information needs to be retrieved, right? Then second step is write. So recording information from the context to the external storage. So we can so only we need to store the relevant information in external storage. Why? So that in future it can use this information for getting more good responses, right? So save important information for future use, enable memory and long-term continuity. So like it can store summaries, user preferences, result in a database. So if you have mentioned already, if you are a software engineer and you are having working experience of 10 years, right? So it should store that information in external storage, and uh, its next responses should be based on that stored information. Okay. Third strategy is reduce. So you don't need to store everything. So you should store only the summaries, right? Only some relevant information. Shrinking the size of the context. So whatever context was there, large context, it should shrink, and only important information need to be captured. So remove irrelevant, redundant, or low value information. So all the redundant value is not needed every time. Fits within context window, limits improves efficiency. Okay. So example like summarization, filtering, truncation, duplication, it should be avoided. And final strategy is isolate. So isolate means if there is two tasks, right? These two tasks need not to be interfere with each other. So separating task or tools into distinct environment, like a sandbox type of thing, where one environment does not interfere with other environment, right? So why so that the context window can be utilized properly. Okay. So yeah, separate agents we can use for separate tasks, sandboxes, or tool specific contexts. So these are the four strategies which we can use for like better context. uh, yeah, so finally, like great LLM applications are not just about great models. Okay, so they are about great context. If uh, only if you are having bigger and stronger model, then only the things will work. That is not true. You should be careful with the context. So even a more less powerful model can work better uh, if if the context is right. Okay, so you should be having right information, right time, right size, and right boundary. So thank you. That's all for this window. This lecture. Maybe next discussion we can go with LLMs and other topics. Thank you.